What's up, Soul Family? Coming at you with another collective reading. As always, let's jump right in and see what's meant to come out. So, right away, we have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Alright, well, the Two of Cups has been coming out a lot lately. Looks like love is, on the horizon for somebody. I'll pull one more, then I'll use the bottom. Oh. The Five of Wands. The Ten of Cups, because I was going to grab that before the other one flipped over. And then we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, maybe it's not the, maybe it's not a positive reading after all for the connection we're looking at. And then the card that fell was the Nine of Swords. So I'm going to go ahead and get these organized, and we'll see what's meant to be spoken about. Alright guys, so I have to be honest with what I see. I can't, when a message is meant to come out, I can't exactly sugarcoat it. That's not my job. So I feel like we're looking at a connection here that's a little bit longer term. One that you guys have been together for a while, and, you know, one where I think even now, both you guys still have good intentions for each other for the most part, or at least a lot of love and a lot of feelings there. And I think undoubtedly there is a very strong bond. But I think the message is a little clear here. It seems like there's been like a lot of arguments and disagreements. There has been a lot of anxiety and stress and really trying to consider if it's worth moving on. With these two especially, this is the energy of walking away from something that doesn't serve you, and also a very painful ending, as well as sometimes a bright new beginning. But in this case, I think maybe there could have been some kind of betrayal, or maybe there's just been a lot of, really negative energy overall. Maybe they've been making you feel anxious and stressed out, or maybe you coming to this realization has been weighing heavy on you, so you've been feeling like really anxious about it. And judging by how that's starting to swing as I spoke that, I'm going to take that as confirmation. I started feeling a lot of energy surge, so I'm going to take that as, yeah, I think this has been something that's weighing on you heavily. And I almost feel like you're being told to run for the hills. Like this is something that you feel like has to be done, or something that needs to be done a little sooner than later. It's kind of like, or maybe it's happened after a period of stagnancy. Maybe things have been kind of stuck, and now out of nowhere, there's definitely a lot of motion, but it might not be motion to where we're hoping. So, I mean, I don't say this lightly, I think that sometimes we do have very painful endings to situations, and it can feel almost like the end of the world, almost like the death of something. But I feel like the really important takeaway from this card is that there is always something new on the horizon. And in that exact same breath in which this connection might not have been that aligned, there will be something new on its way. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you, then the other meaning that I could be getting from these cards are that you guys are the ones who are standing together pretty much against all of these trials. It's like against all of the anxiety, against all of the maybe stress or conflict that life has given. And earlier when I was holding this card, I noticed that the Seven of Wands is actually under it. So it very much so could have the energy of you guys being the ones to fend off and hold off, fend off like attackers, or at least outside sources or forces that might be trying to impact your relationship. So if this isn't a reading in which you feel like, it resonated that this connection's ending, then it very well could be that as a result of all of the trials and tribulations and things you've gone through, you guys are being called to stand your ground a little bit longer and to push out any outside sources that are trying to dictate how your connection should be. Now, don't get me wrong, if he's beating your ass and you guys are in a toxic relationship and, it's unhealthy, then maybe you should listen to some people. maybe you should take some advice from other individuals. But if you know deep down inside what your connection is, and you know that it's not toxic or unhealthy and they're just some haters, then you got to know to stand 10 toes down and to trust that things will work out for you guys. All in all, peace and blessings, and I hope you guys have an amazing night. Thank you for everybody who leaves comments. They are always deeply appreciated. I put my heart and soul into these readings. So anybody who takes or gains anything from it, even if it's just a moment of advice or even one thing that you take away from it, I'm grateful that I was able to provide that for you. So thank you for everybody who's left a comment, and peace and blessings once again. I hope you guys have an amazing night.